Okay, thank you.
Okay, again, let's take a look at that. How are we triggering the haptics? So the method of triggering that is the same as before. We use a launcher. It uses the play method in the launcher class to play a certain effect. And but this time the triggering condition is a bit more complicated. It's not just the button press. It is actually when you it's calculated when there is a collision with the wall happening. You will play the bounce effect. And there is a weak and also the strong one. So it's demonstrating that the strength is actually computed here. This is the collision impulse. And I believe that the collision impulse is related to something like the speed of the ball and how high the ball is dropping to the edge. So you come up with strength, and then according to the strength, you use three different strength of the bounce. 33, 66, and 100. You can treat it as a percentage. 100 is 100% bounce, which is the full strength. 66 is 60 is a two-third, and then 33 is 1/3 of the maximum strength. So you will be able to feel different kind of strength when the ball is dropping from very high and then in the middle, or it's just like a very, very short distance. And the launching is the same. You will use the launcher method, the launcher instance, and the user method to play that. So again, on create, you just make an instantiated class member. And yeah, pause, you stop it. Pause means that if you're getting out of focus or you're quitting your app, we will pause, and all we do is when it gets back, there is another much to do. So this shows another example which you can how you can trigger it. So the way you trigger it is the same, but when and where do you trigger it is showing you another possibility. And there is actually infinite number of possibility when and where you want to trigger the haptics. So it's only limited by your imaginations. So is there any question on this example?
Ask a simple question. On create is create the session is inside the whole.
On create is called when the activity is created, which means that when if it's not being run and you tap on the icon and then it gets started, then the on create is called. And if you minimize it, getting to another app, as you know that Android doesn't kill the activity right away. You just put it to the background, and then in that case, the on resume will be on.
If I to put this one on the Google Map, because many times I should try because I call the Google Map, maybe have a target moving. So maybe certain condition I need to call this haptic effect. So but the on create portion, I will question next time really do it like I asked you already?
I think
because this one, the Google Map was only like flow also. How I call the on create
I think
the different portion of the map.
I think it depends on how you write your app, but I think Google Map Service will be probably one of the components in your app.
One of the components, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have your app activity. And actually, if you want to instantiate the launcher, you should be instantiated in your app activity rather than the Google Map itself, because I think you get some handle or an object from the Google Map Service. And then you use it as a, say for example, the backdrop or the overlay. Yeah, and then you put something above it.
Yeah.
And then in that case, the on create of your activity should be the code should be actually on create of your activity instead of the map itself.
Oh, not this one. Will be on create with my map itself. Need to try then what's the question?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But because you're always like map service is only a service, so you call it up within your activity or your app. So you always has control on your own create, your own. So
Yeah.
No, it's not on create of the map. Because on create of your app, your app activity. Yeah. And in that activity, you actually get a handle to the map service. It's also on the on create, I guess. So that's pretty much it. Another example which is demonstrate how to use the built-in effects. So in these two examples, you can see that if you those built-in effects, the 124 effects are sufficient for you, and you think they're good enough, and it's pretty much that 10 minutes work that you just add a few hook, a few calls that you just call up the effects. And that's it. That's all you need. Yeah.
This one block I can remove the on create, I can cut and paste it to my other application.
I think you're not cutting the whole on create, you just cut the parts you want. Say for example, if you just want to instantiate a launcher, you just copy this segment. Yeah. And if you refer back to the brochure, then there is this block is actually copied from there. I believe that. So yeah, you just copy this into your on create, and then you will get a member, the M launcher instantiate, and then in the other part of your app, you can start using it to play effects. Like for example, this is a stop. This is you can use the play method in the other. Say for example, this is the contact listener. Yeah, that's all you need to get. You can treat it as a handle or object or anything. So yeah.
This one, the workspace is in the encrypt folder or
no, I think it's under your home
your own workspace folder. It doesn't matter where it's in, right?
Actually, you can set it somewhere else.
Anyway.
Yeah, but by default, the Eclipse will set it to your home folder, the user, your name, your username,
so
and then there is a
workspace.
You can change it when you install it. I think you can change. You can change it anytime you want. You can map it to another workspace folder. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to the more exciting part, the design your own effects. And there is a using custom effects. If you have unzipped it, and then you can again import it. So again, we need to copy the lib files. Okay, and you can see that all problems are gone. And again. Okay, so you have successfully run the app. You should be able to get using custom effects and to show the code. Timeline, periodic, and max speed. And actually, those you can change it and replace it with your own. Yeah. So there are two ways to import the custom effects. Which one is by reading from the file, then into an IVT buffer, and the file itself is a binary data of the effects. And about the file format, you don't need to care about it because there's some binary that we have designed, and there's not much to be discussed about, but just some by arrangements. And another way is when you are generating the library, you generate it as a Java code, which you got built along with your app, as part of your app, and then you just call it like Java method. So there is actually not much. That's only a matter of preference that whether you want to use it as a Java class or you want to use it as a resource library. But there may be one potential issue if you have a huge IVT file, a huge vibration data file, and then if you make it a Java file, some compiler may have some problem handling huge Java files. So if you have make a very huge resource file and those vibration custom effects, we probably would suggest you to do it as an IVT resource file, we call it, and then just read it in as a by array, and then you just call it, refer to it when you are using the custom effects. So let's go through it a bit. And if you're using a custom effects, you have to do a bit more and dig a bit deeper into the UHL, which is say for example you start to use the I/O, which you have to read the file in, and then you are using the custom effects. And then you're using the device, you're using IVT buffering, you have something which may looks a bit puzzling to you, but I will show you in a second. The flow is not that complicated. If you have done it once, you can use it as a template, and you can use it in any apps you want. Okay, so let me go through it one by one then. As I have said, if you are using the method 1, which is you're reading it from the resource file, which is basically a binary file, you will need a buffer first. That's called the IVT buffer. The IVT is the name of the format we are using for the Haptics data. That's a proprietary format, and then they have certain header trailer so that if you make it an IVT buffer, then we will be able to read it with the parser. So there's a device. Device is actually a handle to the driver we have, or the emulator. Because if you are using the IVT, the custom effects, you are not telling the internal engine, the Haptics internal engine to generate the effect for you, but you will have to supply the data to it. So you will start to deal with the device and also the we call it daemons directly. So that's why you will need the device object to do it for you. So on create is the usual stuff, and then this one you instantiate a device object. And what does it mean is you get a handle, an access point to the device, the underlying device of haptic generation. And then there's the effect list and click item. So yeah, set the click listener on item click listener. This is actually a little bit hard to read on, but it's basically if you break it down that way, sorry, it's written a bit obscure. So arrange it a bit, so you can actually see that you are actually defining on item click listener. This is actually you will register to an icon, which is basically the list. If you have clicked on any one of them, this on item click listener got paused to handle the click itself. So you can see that it will first of all stop all the playing effects, because as there is someone asking a question in the morning that how would you know that the effect is stopped? And actually we don't know. It's asynchronous that we have no. It is asynchronous that we don't know when it would be playing, stop playing or finish playing. So that's why we have to play safe. We have to stop all the effect being played, and then we start the effect we want to play. And you have the ID here. The ID is actually which item you have clicked on. And yeah, you see that when this is called, it will give you the position and the ID. So it's basically that the IVT effect will take the IVT buffer and your ID, look for the position which the data starts, and then you will use the data to start a haptic effect. And this method we just defined dot register. You can see the set on item listener dot register to the list item, so that whenever there is a click on that list, this will get called. Okay.
Sweet. Yeah, if you don't stop playing all the other effects, then if you straight away play from the next step, what will happen? Will you playing or what?
I think it would just be chopped. The previous one would be I think it would just be chopped. Yeah. I mean, it won't be, you may not be, it should not be crashing or other serious things happen, but it's just a chop, or maybe some kind of a discontinuity there. Yeah. It would feel weird, so it would be better that you stop the version first and then you play the new one.
So it will be pushed aside, or it will be stacked up?
No, it's not stacked up.
One question on the Android manifest.xml file, your Android.permission.vibrate.
Yeah.
Where do you place it? Because the order is very important. Where do you place it in the manifest file? The Android.permission.vibrate. Can I take a look?
Just put it here.
It's always the last.
I don't think that matters. You just put it there, and then you will, when it got installed, you will check that you need it right?
Because in the past I tried when I put in the wrong place, the thing doesn't call.
Would that be some problem with the tags?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean those tags.
Because previously I caught Google Map, then I do overlay, then I did not put that in the right sequence. The thing doesn't call. Maybe it's an old ADT, it's older ADT.
Maybe, but as far as I understand, it should not matter.
Should not matter.
Yeah. You can put it in front, you can put it at the end.
So far you put it in front, behind.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, as long as you have put it in. Yeah. Because if you don't get that permission, I think there may be talk about some devices.
How do you know if we don't get this permission, the thing doesn't work?
For some devices, if they enforce that strictly, then you may not be able to call it vibrate. To vibrate. Yeah. They use the class because they have some permission management there. If you don't call it that, or if you don't use that, it may not get installed on some devices because you haven't asked for the permission. Consider that you're not using it, so some devices. But it's a little bit uncertain because I have seen some cases you can still use the vibrator.
My concerns are with other permission inside, whether the order is important.
I don't think so. There is no relationship among the user's permissions. They should be independent items.
Your SDK allow multiple effects to run at the same time.
Multiple effects run at the same time. Or as I said, that it should not be. It should be sequential.
So you don't allow two multiple effects.
There is a lock protecting it inside the very low level engines. Because you only have one hardware, you have to enforce that there is only one person using it at any moment of time. So there is a lock mechanism there. So you won't be able to push anything in it if it's like you won't be. I would say you won't be able to start it right away. Or somebody is already using it, so that's why we have to stop it.
Then in that case, if let's say we're using a game engine or something like that, so the game engine has its own vibrator API. So will this actually have any problem conflict with the game engine?
I don't think so, because the game engine itself would not be triggering that, because usually they would handle it through the audio track, and then they won't be have the audio effects, or you should not be able to have multiple call to the
That means our code must be able to handle or make sure that there won't be any multiple calls to the vibration.
Actually, you don't need to do that, but the underlying engine will not allow you to do that.
So what do you need? You need you use a haptic library. Then there's another API. There's another library.
If it's another vibrator, that's another
story. One vibrator.
Okay. Our method has extended the vibrator class. So if it's legacy vibration, say for example, there is some old apps which is only using stock Android vibrator. It's okay because you have kept the same API, we have kept the same access point which they would use it and get the vibration. And but we have another API, another access point which is the extended vibrate method, which we can have more control of the vibration. And when in our code we have handled that they won't be generating vibration at the same time. But they can still call it. But if you're of course you're playing something else, then probably won't get the vibration at the right way, or it will maybe drop. There is a mutually exclusive engine there. Or for some cases there is a threat protection which you have to wait until you get locked. You'll be able to get a sample. Yeah, so it's just blocked there, and then it may happen later. Yeah. So So it's not mixing together unless you have to mix it beforehand and send it. Thank you. Okay, so as I said, there are two ways of doing that. So there are two buttons at the bottom. One is the IVT file button, the other is the code button. The IVT resource is the method one which is when you read, you can see that it's actually loading effects from the IVT files. The load effects is essentially you open the file and then you read it in, and then you store it on the IVT buffer, and you when you want to play the effects from the IVT library, you just use the IVT buffer, give it an ID, and it will play the effect. So there is another button which is the generated code. This is you use another method to load the code, to load the data from the code channel just generated, and then again you set that to that. Yeah. So basically, when you press the button, it's switching between two methods. Load effect from IVT files. So if you have handled file reading in Java, it should be looking familiar with you. So we have a binary output stream, and then we have an input stream that we just set raw effect, my effects. My effects is actually the guest file. I think there is a short resource. Yes, and here is the my effects for IoT, which you are basically reading this file into your input stream, and then you make it available. And at the end, you control IVT buffer with the binary. The IVT buffer is just a binary with some headers and index. So the IVT itself is actually your IVT buffer which you use with your play effect. So this is one way to prepare that IVT buffer, and for the other, it's much more simple. You just, because you have already declared a class in there, yeah, you have a class, my effects, and type just create an IVT buffer out of it. And that's it. And this is the get effect names, because you can actually give names to them.
So what's the value of IVT data array for the deviation of the vibration of the intensity of the vibration?
It's the strength, duration, whether it is a periodic effect. Yeah. And if it's a periodic effect, how frequent or how many cycles is being played back, and something like that. So basically, those are essentially parameters that you need to generate the text. Okay. So what's the difference is actually on the way you have to read in the file, or you have to import the class, and then you prepare IVT buffer and you play the IVT buffer directly, instead of you use the launcher to launch an index.
So the effect is actually in the IVT file.
Yeah.
So
So just now all the X number are actually the intensity of the vibrator or something like that.
Those are actually the duration, the strength, that we will fit it into, because there is a daemon running on the Android kernel level. And then you use the daemon is like it takes the parameter, it generates the correct data to generate the haptics at the right time. It's like a player or something like that. Yeah, we call it player.
So that IBT file we can use some kind of a custom. There's a custom software to
exactly
do something.
Exactly. As I'm going to talk about is we have a Haptic Studio, and that's the tool you can design effects, fill it, and then if you're satisfied with it, you can export it to a IVS file, I think, or IVT file, yeah. And then you got that IVT file, and then you can just plug it in here as a raw resource, and then you can just call it out. So is there any question about that? What is using custom effects?
Can you see how you generate the data, the rate?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm going to show it. If you have no question about it, you can just go ahead and show it there. Okay, so that's pretty much what we have talked about. Okay. So it comes to Haptic Studio. So there are actually some preparation work you need to do if you want to hook up to the Haptic Studio. We have Haptic Studio Bridge app, which is you can download from the Google Play and install it here. And then when you connect to your PC with the USB and with the USB debugging terminal, then actually we are using the ADB to communicate with the Android device, but just a different port we are using. And also you will need the Haptic Studio.
Can I ask what's your Android kernel version for this Haptics to work? 4 or minimum must be what? SDK version?
It should be working as old as Gingerbread.
Gingerbread is 2.
2.3.43.
Minimum 2.3.
Sorry?
Minimum is
I think, yeah, minimum is 2.2. Froyo, I haven't tried it because it's too old, but I am sure that the Gingerbread works. Froyo, I understand.
Inside the Android manifest.xml file, there's a minimum. What's the
I haven't opened that source code and checked on it. But
because if I import into my application, there's a minimum for my application.
No, but maybe you can take a look at that place or.
Because I merge two library together, I need to go to minimum Android.
I think it should be working as well as the. Oh, 2.1 and up.
Or 2.1.
Yeah. So. But I don't think you would be able to find devices older than that.
2.1 is good. The lower the better.
I think it's hard for you to find out some device which is running 1.6 or something like that. So, yes. Okay, so have you guys been using ADB before?
Not easy to use that.
Yeah, that's sometimes it's a hassle to set it up, but well, it's still okay. So let me show it to you. So if you have both the Haptics Studio and install it on your PC, and also the Haptics Studio bridge installed on your phone, then you can connect it with USB. And you just, if you have never started the bridge, you may need to start it once. Yeah. So if you start it, it will tell you that it's waiting user ADB and the port is 51276, and currently it's disconnected because I haven't turned on the Haptics Studio yet. And if at this time you type in the ADB devices, make sure that you can see the device, because if you don't see it, then there's probably a big chance that you are not able to communicate with it. There's something wrong with the ADB driver usually. But now you can see that there is a device with a long chain of serial number. So it means that, okay, we see the device, and then let me fire the Haptics Studio. So if you have installed it, just start it. Okay, so the first thing is you can see that the icon is rolling because it's trying to look for the devices hooked up to this computer. And if you successfully find some devices which with our solution in it, then you can see that it's really 3.45528 there. And after that, you will see that it shows connected. Yeah, but you don't need to stay in the app. You just minimize it and continue using your phone. Okay, let me do some introduction first. Okay. So that's pretty much how you got your phones hooked up and Haptics Studio communicate with it. So let me introduce the Haptics Studio a bit before digging into designing some effects. So in that user interface, you can see there are 5 icons which you may want to pay special attention to. The others are just standard one, which is new, save, and then open. And we pay attention to that blue icons. So this is the periodic effects. Periodic effect is an effect which it will place like it's those are periodic effects. And I will show you depict in a picture which you understand instantly. There's a max sweep. You can consider it as a magnitude sweep, which is you rev up and then you keep it constant for a certain period of time, and then you rev down. So it's usually the magnitude is constant in that case, and we call it a magnitude sweep anyway. And there is a waveform. Waveform is you try to I'll just show you, but this is for more we try to generate some very subtle effects, which is only good for the piezo actuators, because they can play. They have a very high sensitivity. They have a very high speed of that, so that you can actually play a waveform over it. It's just like you can imagine it is a speaker, but it's generating vibration instead of audio. So for the timeline, and actually you can mix and match the periodic and mass sweep to generate some even more complex effect with timeline, which you can say, for example, you play a mass sweep for 10 milliseconds, and then you play a periodic for 20 milliseconds, and then you play a mass sweep for another 10 milliseconds. And for the sound, it's like you read in the wave file and you try to generate some haptics for it. But that's not actually used very often. So there's a play stop, and the play stop is where you have the effect design. You want to try it, you can just hold your phone and then you just play, and then the effect will be played on your phone.
One question on the ADB is not a DOS command, so do you have to install something?
When you have installed the ADT, when you have the ADT bundle, I think it should already have copy those. There is a tools folder, and I think if you add it to your bin, then it will. Yeah,
it comes with the ADT bundle.
Yeah, it should be coming with the ADT bundle.
So in Ubuntu, same thing also.
Yeah, Ubuntu probably I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know whether Ubuntu has ADT bundle. I don't know, but
Ubuntu also actually Google give the ADT 16, 17 also. So you download and install.
Add it to the Eclipse.
Install ADT bundle, then also install Eclipse.
I see.
Two installations.
And and they come along with SDK manager, which in there you should be able to find the platform tools. And ADB is one of the platform tools.
I didn't use the Google. I use the one.
Yeah, it's the same. I think. I think they should have that as well. Okay. So this is the interface which we are using to design a periodic effect, and you can see that on the left is magnitude, which is a maximum magnitude, which is from 0 to 10,000. And when you move this bar, you will see that actually the maximum strength will reach, will change. And then this is the current level of it. Now it's 7,500 is the maximum we will reach. Wave shape is a strong, and we have several types with strong and smooth, and then there is another which is called, I'll show you in a second. And then sharp, there's another one called. And actuator is a RA, and I just mentioned it in the morning. There are seven types, and we have RA and ERM, and actually the parameter generated will be a bit different for different type of actuator. So when you are trying to design effect for an ERM foam also, you change it to ERM. When you try to design for RA effect for RA, then you change it to RA. But for developer, it depends. It's always like an exercise of balance between the two. That because you don't know which type of actuator is being used in foam, which your app will be used for app development. So you may probably need to try both, and then if you're satisfied with both to be satisfactory, then you can check out that effect. So this is the duration. Now it's 1 second, and then you can make the effect up to 10 seconds. The envelope is actually this is attack time. You want to ramp it up immediately or ramp it up slowly. And fade time is also the opposite. So okay, let's show a bit. That's called the max sweep. Okay. Max sweep is the same, but it's just a constant vibration instead of the periodic. Periodic, which is you will feel there is a click. It's just constant vibration. So this is a timeline which I have said you can put those periodic magnitude and arrange it on the timeline. So to make more complex effects. So this is about the exports. So let me show you on the app itself.
Can I ask one question? The actuator, you say got two types.
Yeah.
So how do you know our phone actuator is belong to which type?
You have to check it, and it's so that's why I said that as a developer you may not need to care about that too much. You just if you have design effect, you just do a sanity check on how would the array feels like.
So you set wrongly.
And I think if you're not in that industry, it may be a bit difficult for you to get the exact information of it. But you can try to Google it on internet, see whether there are information about, oh, this phone is working using Android. Because some people do, they really do look into that. But yeah, I know that I see what you mean. It is not easy for you to get to know every phone.
Yeah.
And actually, I myself don't know about that for every phone. I only know some major brand or major models, and some of them we have get in contact with. But we can, if we can feel the vibration, and we would know, we will be able to guess is more likely to be an LRA or is more likely to be an EI, because the vibration characteristic is quite different. But you will have to know how to look at it or how to feel it. So yeah, let's do some quick demonstration on it. So this is so you just click on it. You instantiate the periodic effect. You double click it, you can tune the parameters. So for example, tune it higher. I want to tune it longer or shorter the period. That's so. If you have already hooked up your phone, you can just hold your phone and you can feel that. And if you want to try a bit of that, you can just come to the front, have a try. And yeah, and then you can imagine that if by making that you will have probably 4 or 3 vibrations you can feel, 3 clicks you can feel, and if there's many clicks, and then if you make it to the period too short, the effect will start clustering together, which you will only feel become a mass wave, because the motor is simply not responding fast enough to the effect. It's not stopped. It has not stopped the vibration and then start the vibration again. So it will become but in that case it will become quite buzzing, which means that it's quite noisy. You hear the motor's noise. So duration, you can just make longer, and then it will vibrate for longer. Because we have tag time. So if it's 0, it's like that. 100. Yeah. So it's how sharp the effect we want it to be. So there is style, smooth you see that? The smooth effect you will see that. There's actually you can see that there's the detection is that it's more it's rounded on the top, which means that we don't give it an overdrive, so we just accelerate it as usual, and so it's not getting to the maximum right away, and it's getting to the maximum slowly and then very, very slowly. But if it's a strong effect, pay attention to that small difference. Maybe I will just here. Yeah, you see the difference. And there is a sharp. The sharp effect is we overdrive it and we break it. Break means that the ordinary brake, like brake your car, which we apply a reverse motion, reverse the electric field, so that the mass will stop right away. So it's what we call sharp. Okay. So brake type, triangle, and then it's just how fast and slow we want to start and stop the motor. Yeah. Okay. The actuator is because we are on a real device, so we only have the RA because this one uses the RA. Yeah. If we switch to a virtual device, then I think they yeah. Okay. So that's the figure.
this software, if we didn't run the ADB, can we just run this software and plug in straight away? Use it, or we must run the ADB?
There is a virtual device, but it won't do much. It won't be very meaningful because if you don't hook up the device, you cannot feel the device.
So I mean, is it compulsory to run the ADB command to try? If we didn't run we just automatically.
The Haptics Studio will run it for you. You don't need to run. Sorry, you mean that? Do you need to run that?
Do we need to, just now you go to the DOS prompt and run the ADB?
No, you don't need to do that. The software will do it for you. This software. All you need to make sure is that the Haptics Studio bridge is running on your phone.
The Haptics Studio page is running?
Yeah, the bridge is running on your phone so that the Haptics Studio can communicate with the phone.
Yeah, so if the device is running the ERM, then you actually make it for LRA.
If the device is running ERM, and you can actually see the.
No, but then if you actually create your IVT with LRA, then will it still work for the ERM?
It will. You can plug it into the ERM, the IVT file, but the effect is going to be a little bit strange sometimes. Yeah, because you have tried on the LRA, it's good.
Then that means if you want to cater for all, you have to create LRA, ERM, and YAWAN, and then depend on
if strictly speaking, yes.
So it's device based.
I think it's type of model based. If you really care about very, very subtle effect difference, yes, you need to customize for each case, for ERM and LRA. But you can also make a balance between the two to create a set of library, which looks good for both. Okay.
For this program to run, do we need to enable USB debugging or?
You should enable the USB debugging.
It must be enabled. If you don't,
of course, yeah. If you don't enable it, then the ADB won't work.
Yeah, okay. Now use the ADB.
Sorry?
Later I go over and see how you activate the ADB.
Sorry?
Later I go over there and take a look how you activate the ADB bridging.
Oh. When you install the Haptics Studio Bridge, you've got an app here.
Okay.
You just have it in the list.
It's already running.
Yeah, it's running, and after that, you can just do other things else, and then it's on the, because it's already running on the background.
So in the DOS command prompt, type ADB space.
You type ADB devices, you will see that it's home.
ADB space devices.
Yeah. Actually, if you're using the Haptics Studio, you don't need the DOS. You use a DOS prompt. You just start the Haptics Studio. The Haptics Studio, you can see that the icon is rolling. This icon, because it's actually going to the using ADB, try to communicate with the phone. And if the phone has the Haptics Studio bridge started, it will reply the software. I'm here. The Haptics Studio will know that, oh, I found a device which is running the Haptics Studio, the bridge. And so it can, it knows that it can sense the haptic waveform to the remote device to play back.
What you know happen is we connect our phone to our notebook, right? First the storage. So computer will see one folder.
Yeah.
So they're all activated.
But at the same time, the ADB is also running.
At the same time, the ADB is also running.
Yeah.
So will you still see the folder or?
Both, actually.
Both, okay.
Yeah. They run at the same time. They won't. They are not mutually exclusive. They can run at the same time.
So you use different port.
Yeah. Exactly. You use a different channel on the USB. The USB like this. Okay, so this is a mass suite, and if you have it sorted, you can just mass suite, and then you can do the references being playback on your phone. So last one is probably I would like to convert the timeline. So you can drag it here, drag it there, and move it along. Yeah, and also okay. again, you can play this. And you can play it. So by this way, you can actually make very complex effects. So you can build one of them, and only the unusual display. So you can probably king and object.
When you play both, it's an algebraic sum of both waveform. When you play both together, you know.
Read that. Overlap.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
When you play the first one and maybe the second or the first and third one, will it be the algebraic sum?
No. You mean that when they overlap, right?
When they overlap, so because the first one is maximum.
No.
The first one is maximum easy, so.
No. There will not be any integration between them. It's not stacked up.
It's not stacked up.
No, it's not stacked up. You pay one of them and then the second.
Or one, the first one, then go back the second one, then go back the first one.
Yeah. If the timeline has overlap, I think they will just chop it.
Chop it.
Yeah, chop the first part. It's not that fancy that we haven't made it that way. So yeah, you can actually have two of them. For example. So you can let's see, I can try say for this one. Or alternatively, you can use this one. Yeah, so it's pretty much that it's your freedom to try out any flavor, mix and match that. And if you're satisfied with it, you can actually do an export. So let's get back to the size a bit. Okay, so you can see that it can be exported as an IVT file. This is one way. The other is you can export it as a Java code, C code, and Groove code. And I think for Android platform, you only care about the IVT file, right? Not only Java code. Because I believe that from the other type of code, it's from the other platform. Like Groove is Groove particular. And before, I think it's for something else, which So we just export it as an IVT file, and for example, we're using custom effects. If like you're just making a raw resource, my effects, and then my effects too. Or you can just replace the file by effects. And in that case, you don't need to change any code, and then you just change the IVT file, and then go to the Eclipse, press the play button, got it recompile, and then your custom effect is in there. So that's one way. And the other way is to generate the Java file. And this time, you will want to place it in the source. And yeah, it's like my effects. So those are pretty much the data we have put in the IVT files.
just now we see a array of data. So how does there's an array of IVT buffer, data buffer. So do we need to change that option?
You need the IVT buffer.
Array there's a array.
If you have changed the name of the file, like for example, I made my effects to the IVT, then you will need to change the name of the file, which is in here. Like if you're reading, you load that from a file, load effects on IVT file, you will need to change the my effects. I think there is a main effects file on the resource, and you will need to change that. There should be one my effects to here. Yeah, you see that? So if you got a new file and you want to load it, then you will need to change it to my effects too. But if you don't change the file name, you just make some changes to your effects and then you save it again, then you don't need to change anything in the code.
There's a array, a byte array of the stream below.
Yeah.
Just now I saw the array. There's an array of numbers.
It's just to byte array, it's just a conversion. Okay, what do you mean by that?
Just now there's an array of numbers somewhere.
Yeah. This is in the IVT.
The IVT, yeah.
Yeah. It's actually the byte array is read into the BOAX. And that's a temporary buffer that you just output the change it to the array. Yeah, of course, you have allocated a resource to store the bytes. It's just treated as a file reading. And the only matter is which file you read on. So this is the resource file, which you will see that when you got it, it's working that way. If you just scan your source folder and you find that there is in the raw there is 2 files, and then it will make a resource. So that the out that you can ID you can refer to the resource. And it's the same if you make a Java. you just if your Java class didn't change, you just in this case, you have the Java 2. If you want to use the new effects, just do it here.
So my effect 2.java is generated. So do you have to manually put into this folder or you automatically?
You need to put it in.
And refresh the.
Yeah. When you put it in and you recompile it, it should be included in the build. And and that's all. You can automatically access it by using this kind of new buffer because there is an RET method, RET member in that class. So you can start making your new effects or your app. You can use a library for yourself or effects yourself. But we have gone through the how to make the effects and how to make your own effects. But there is a suggestion which at the beginning you may try to explore those 124 billion effects first. Because you get a feeling whether you want to add haptics to your app. Because sometimes when you add the haptics, you feel it doesn't feel right. I don't want to add any haptics, and you don't need to spend any time on designing your own effects. But if you have tried it, it feels good. But I have another idea that I want to improve it or tweak it a bit. Then you can start designing your own effect, and then put it in this way. And then it's basically extending an unlimited extension of the haptics effect, which you can make it in your app. With these tools and So do you have any question on that particular using custom effect topic?
The library, how you drag the AR and API?
This one? Just copy and paste.
Copy from the
you just say, for example, the folder here, then you just easiest way is you right click it, drag it over, then you actually whether you want to copy your language. Or they have the more I would say is raw way is you just copy here, then you get into your the code is actually up here. Can you see that? If it's see, you can just copy files over with the Explorer, but you don't need to do that because it's shown before the structure is shown here. You just drag it over and then you get a copy. Okay. So you can see that there is an actually binary here, which are all those numbers I just showed you on the. If you spend a little bit of time, you may figure out how the data is arranged. And sometimes people would just they would skip the studio thing, just modify files if they know it from in and out about that the format of data, and you want to say, for example, I want the string to be a little bit weaker, then I just change that number.
Change and save it.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's okay. We don't have any checksum or anything like that. You just change the figure here, and then if you know what you are doing or working on, what you are doing, then you just change it. I want it to be a little bit shorter, a little bit weaker, then I don't bother to play with the studio and generate blah 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 all this stuff. Just change it there, and then I will instantly get another new app that I will change. Try.
The question again, I checked the library in, but there's one folder inside. It's inside that folder. Is Is it important that you must be in that folder?
Yeah, it is.
It must be in that folder. So
Yeah, it is.
that folder is I create myself, isn't it?
Yeah, you just make a new folder. Right click to the main folder.
Any name will do. Any name will do.
No, you have to name it this way.
Or must name it this way.
Yeah. Or they may not be able to find the file. Okay, so that's pretty much. I have gone through the how you are going. You can use your own effect design on your own and then integrate it in your apps. So let me wrap it up with some presentation on it. So a few slides. So you have seen that our emphasis is actually, I would say, it's not just games, because game is actually one of the very easy example that we can add the haptic effect, because you have a lot of weapons, explosions, and also a lot of collisions, crashing, bumping, so that you will easily be able to find a place, find some okay spot that you are going to add some haptics effect to it. And so it is actually easy to enrich your games that way. But actually we have other thoughts as well. And one of them is we are always emphasizing on the communication value of haptics, which is because we have a team of colleagues working on the user experience. They have a lot of ideas about where and when we can use haptics to do different things to enrich basically your life with it. So first of all, we have the three gestures, like swap, slice, and actually we have a version of the software we have changed it. This is not a good example because they apparently don't want a lot of haptics in the user interface itself, but we have actually another form which we add haptics to the user interface. Like when you click the buttons, when you have scrolling through the list, then you're going to click, 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 click. It's just like you're like turning a gear. And there is another when you are swiping the screen, you will use very weak haptics. That is just like when you get to the end or edge of the screen, it could be a bump. So basically, there's a much richer screen gesture haptics. Also the pinch, and then the pinch and the expand, we have different haptics associated with it. So yeah, that's basically on the user interface, user interactions. And social networking, we are always talking about emoticons, and actually we are exploring about hapticons, which is instead of just a smiley face or you just a kiss, you associate with haptics along with haptics along with your message you're sending out. And I think we have some examples in our solution. So if you pay attention to our blog or our developer website, you'll be able to get a glimpse to it very soon. So child's learning. We talked about that with the child software and child app developer, and they also agree that if we can add haptics as a reward when they have a correct answer, or as alert or something like that, alarm, something like that, when they have got the wrong answer, that something like the kind of feedback and learning and feedback. And there's interactive two-way video, which is I think it's the example I showed you this morning, which is when the lady is coming into the room and they should tap on to knock on the door, and then you feel it. It's just like knocking on the screen of your phone. And customizable alerts. Say for example, you can tag a unique haptics signature to say for example your wife and another to your boss. And if you have just got off from work and your boss is calling you, and you just and you're riding a bicycle or something like that, you're not convenient to pick up a phone, you will instantly know that whether you need to pick that phone up. Yeah. So without ever you will fish out your phone and then take a look at it, and you will get a crash on some light pole. And the e-readers. my colleague in Taiwan, he has made some page turning, and also my colleague in Korea, they make some pen filling on different texture, like for example smooth, or you're writing on paper, or different. Actually, I think they have implemented on Note 1. I don't know whether it's Samsung has put it on the Note 2 or maybe the Note 3. Who knows? But I heard that they are very interested in pen of different texture stuff. So also the apps for the site Pilot. Pilot is very obvious. If you cannot see the screen very clearly, Haptics becomes a very good good way of communication. And also, we have, I think we have put in some research on the Braille input, which is, yeah. So, and then on the sports and health apps, yeah, we are talking about, like, for example, if you have run for 2,000 strokes or paces, then it will just give you a haptics and give you an alert that, oh, you have already run that much, so yeah, probably it's time to stop. Okay, so there's a haptic clock. Yeah, allows you to feel the time, because when you are, say for example, you run your fingers onto the hour hands and the minute hands, it feels different. And we have give people a try that most of them will be able to get the time correctly. That's pretty handy if you just fish the phone and then you just try to fish it. You don't want to fish it out, but you can just use your finger to feel that, oh, it's probably 6 or 9. Right? So there are more haptic programming resources around, which is, yeah, I think there is a website link in brochures which points to the, especially for Android developers. And also we have other platforms if you are interested. We support Unity 3D if you are happening to gaming. Okay. So that's pretty much my presentation and also the examples for the workshop today. And here's our contacts. You can contact me directly. If you're interested, you can follow us on Twitter, read our blogs, or you can send your emails to the Haptics developer support. And yeah, so okay. So thank you very much for attending the workshop. So if you don't have any questions, then do you have any question? If you don't have any question, then I will pass it back to you.
Anyone have any questions for Ken?
Yeah. I want to see how the ADD works because I got problem in I want to go there and take a look.
Maybe I can show you offline because
offline.
Yeah. Just stay, and then I will show you offline. So, thank you very much. Okay.
Ken flew especially from Hong Kong just to deliver this workshop for you guys. Wow. Yeah. So I hope you guys had learned how to use Haptics in your Android app. Right? Not many developers have really went into Haptics. You know, if you have an app on Google Play or on other platforms, this might be a good differentiator for you guys.
Exactly.
Okay. So next up.
With that, right? With that said, we do support the C++, which is the C++, which brings you that down to the native, right? The really nitty-gritty core of what you can do into the phone itself, into the APIs and everything that you can do, right? Obviously, not everybody wants to go down into that level, right? The only people who want to go down to that level would be the libraries, you know, the open frameworks, open source frameworks, for example, like Boost, for example, like Marmalade, for example, like, you know, the various open source projects and whatnot, right? And so forth, right? Like, there are tons of the frameworks out there. And obviously, with those frameworks, let me just show you, right? That you can actually find out all of this stuff over here at github.blackberry or blackberry.github.com. Okay, blackberry.github.com. You can actually find everything here, all the repositories, the samples, the whatever, right? And it's actually what C++ has enabled us to do is allow us to bring over all these different frameworks and platforms that are open source in C++, right? Bring it, and it works on our platform. All right. So what does that mean? It means porting over applications, porting over frameworks. For example, let's say, for example, right? You have face detection framework, right? That's only written in C++. Some new algorithm or something like that is awesome to tag your face, right? But it's only written in C++, and majority of them are written in C++. All right? You can easily compile it into our platform and use it for your application. Okay? So those are some of the benefits that I feel, you know, using it in C++, doing C++ will benefit. Okay? Other things, for example, like games. Games, okay? I have this thing called, I have this game over here. Let me just see whether if I can come up with a platform. I have this game over here. It's all written in C++, right? This is actually, this game is actually originally written in iOS. Compiled for iOS as an iOS game, right? I have it in here, iOS game, let me show you, just to prove it to you. Okay, is this game. By the way, download it, it's damn awesome. It's an awesome game, alright? It's called Autumn Dynasty. It's a locally developed strategy game, right? Purely touch and everything. Let me show you. So this exact same game, okay? Written in C++, okay? This code, everything in C++, running on iOS. Took these guys, let me just show you a little bit of the gameplay, right?
So it's fully touch-based?
Fully touch-based, everything is touch-based. So you see the, let's get everything, see? Okay? This exact same game, right? Took them 2 weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks to bring it over. iOS game, huh?
I'm sure it's down.
Bring it over, let me show you the same game. Okay, I'm so proud of this. It's still work in progress, okay? It's still buggy. Okay, let me show you. Let's hope it doesn't crash. Oops, the other way. Same game.
It's on game team, right?
Yep. Same game, you saw, right? Same game. Within less than 2 weeks, ported over to our platform. Look at that. Same music, same everything. See? Same kind of screen, same everything.
The game that you are not doing is the strategy-based game.
It's not I'm going to the strategy game, but I mean this is just showing the possibility, right? How easy it is to bring over to our platform. Okay? So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys, right? Like C++ is still relevant, and it's going to bring you guys, or rather allow you to bring over applications even on iOS. Whatever you've written on iOS can easily be brought over to our platform, C++.
Convert,
yeah. Alright. Alright. So with that, right, let me just show you guys. So after you download everything, you know, whatever, right? The next thing you want to do, right, is over here. Oh, where is mine? Oh dear. Ah, there you go. Oh dear. Okay, so after you download it, right, you probably want to update the SDK, which I cannot show it here because it's on the other screen over here. So just remember to update the software and the SDK to the new 2318 build. Okay, and then we're coming out with a new SDK coming out, right? So that is C++. On the second level, obviously you don't want to work on so native, right? So low level, right? On the next level, now, excuse me. Oh my god, am I like really boring here?
No, it's not. It's just that I'm trying to get some information. So just just follow the first part.
Okay.
Because second part I have not
That
get
actual
really
like
yet.
code stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Stress. One by one, everybody leaving.
Where's that?
Now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, stress, man.
No be stressed. Do what you can. Do
5 only leh. Oh, stress, man.
Good one, better than 0, right?
Ayo, you know every time I do this presentation, right, I only get like 2, 3 only.
Oh, yeah, today you got bonus.
A lot of bonus got a few more bonus Okay, so now, right? Okay, so of course there's another thing that we want to do. I think let's. Okay, I am going to do this, right? Give me a second. Let me go to my settings. Let me show you my actual desktop then. System preferences, displays. Do not show mirroring options in menu bar when available. Arrangement, mirror. Okay, there we go. Okay. So now you can see. So while I'm here, right? To update, you go to help update native SDK. Okay. The one that you downloaded is the old one. So you want to update the native SDK, obviously. Right, and then update it from there, okay? Alright, so after you updated it, right, basically we have a second level of development, right, is Qt. How many of you know what Qt is? Qt, from the Nokia days. So now Qt, right, Qt is not Nokia anymore. Nokia sold Qt away. Do you guys know that? Sold Qt away to Digia. Okay, so let me show you, Digia. So Qt now is under Digia.com. Qt.digia. Sorry?
Qt stands for?
Qt doesn't stand for anything. Qt is just a framework, right? A C++ framework. So our development, like UI application framework, is using Qt, right? The same ones that you know Symbian uses and everything, right? So just take a look, like Qt, port your existing Qt app to BlackBerry, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. You know, so we do support Qt. We only support Qt 4.8, version 4.8. The latest one is 5.0, which just came out last month only. Okay, so Qt is a framework that allows you to create applications, an application framework, and our application framework is based on that. Got it? Understand so far? So if you have an existing Qt app, it's very easy to bring it to our platform. Okay, very easy. Takes 3 days to bring it to our platform. First day, understand our platform. Second day, convert the project to our platform. Third day, fix the bugs. That's it, done. Right? Any bugs to be fixed. Okay, that's it. Right? And usually the bugs to be fixed is the UI and you know the assets, because we have a higher resolution device, right? So, or different resolution device and layout, right? So that's where you want to go, qt.digia.com, right? And essentially all of this is already part of our platform over here, right? So first things first, let's go to new project, BlackBerry project. Okay, when you install it, right, new BlackBerry project is this QNX Momentix. Okay, so some of the fundamental things that you need to understand, right? Where is it first? Right, on the Windows, it's going to be installed under C drive /bbndk. Wait, can you guys see it? No. Here, C drive /bbndk. Sorry, bbndk. You guys can see it, right? It's going to be installed there. Okay. In a Mac, it's going to be installed in Applications bbndk. Okay, and you get like this bunch of files over here. Okay, essentially to run it is just the bbndk.command or bbndk.bat for Windows. However, when you install it, it will create the what do you call that? The link, you know, the application shortcut, so that you can click on it, which is over here. Application shortcut, which is this one, QDE, right? You click on it, it will open this up. Okay, so these are IDE. IDE is based on Eclipse. Okay, so when you open it up, basically you want to go to new BlackBerry project. And BlackBerry project, we basically have these few projects. You want to create a library, a shared library, a static library, a native extension, or whatever, right? This is some other things altogether. But fundamentally speaking, so I talked about Qt, right? Our third level that's built on top of Qt, which is our UI design, right? So you understand now? C++ base. Understand? Qt application. Understand? And then Cascades, which is this third level, Cascades UI. Understand? So that's how you create the UI, how you create all of the additional stuff, right? The visual stuff, right? And then any additional stuff, like let's say for example, you want to connect to the network, you want to get device information, all of that, right? You fall back down to Qt. If you want to do more of the really nitty-gritty details like algorithms and whatnot, right? The algorithms, the you know, connecting with your sockets and stuff like that, you fall back to C++. So it gives you 3 layers of complexity. Something simple, something mid-range, and something really down, gritty, nitty-gritty details that you can use. Got it? Okay. And you can mix all this in one single project. No problem. It's all, you know, you can actually mix and match. Okay? Understand? Okay. Good. So, first, so what I'm going to show you is, of course, the simplest way lah. Why would I want to show you all the difficult thing, right? So go to Cascades. It'll give you a few templates. These are some of the templates that we have. Let's say, let me give you just a simple tag pane. I think this one is the most used, one of the most used. Okay, so let me go there. Let me just type test Cascades. Okay, and then just do that and then finish. Yes, open. Alright, so taking a look at this, right? This is how it looks like, right? Not very, our IDE is not very good for small screens. Alright, not very good for like small screens. It looks much better in like the standard resolution, right? Sorry? Yeah, but it looks much better in the standard resolution. This resolution doesn't really look very good. Okay. So anyways, first things first, right? Cascades. Cascades is essentially a higher level abstraction, markup language, okay, which is based on QML. If you've done Qt, you would know what QML is. QML is Qt markup language. And the markup language is very similar to essentially how JavaScript, you know JavaScript? What's it called? JSON? It's very similar of how JSON looks like, right? You have the class, you have the properties, and you have the value. The class, properties, value. Class, properties, value, class, properties, array of properties, and so on and so forth. Got it? So it's actually very simple. It's simple enough to understand and pick up very quickly. What does this mean? It means that I have a tag pane, okay? And not only that, let me show you. I can actually preview it. Give me a second. Oh my dear. This is way too big. Can I go 20%? No, I can't. Oh dear, 10%. Oh dear, okay. So anyways, imagine, okay, tag pane is basically a layout of this. You see the bottom layout?
Yeah.
Okay, that's called tag pane, right? The different tag panes, right? And then the second property is show tabs on action bar, right? An action.
Can you maximize the width?
Oh, okay. How to maximize this one, is it?
On the right. Yeah.
This one, maximize this, is it? Okay, can. Is this better?
Then you can see the.
Yeah. Sorry, like a bit not very good. But okay, show tabs on action bar true is basically to show that these tabs here. This is called an action bar. Okay? And one of the interesting things that we can do, let's say I put it false, it will immediately react here and you can see the layout. You like it or not? Don't like? Wow, stressing. Okay, so if I do true, come back here, I can see the layout immediately. False, it will just stack all here. You get it? Okay? Okay, so let's just put it true. Okay, so each tab, which is this one, tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, right? Each tab, I can define a tab, right? So this is tab, this is tab, this is tab, and then whatever, right? So tab 1, I just put the title there. I can just put like, let's say for example, show picture, right? I can do a lot of interesting things with the text also. I can change the fonts, I can make it bold, I can do a lot of interesting things, right? Sorry?
Change the background color.
I can change the background color. But yeah, we would not like you to do that because we have to follow the UX standards, the UI standards and everything. But you know, you can pretty much do a lot of things on the spot here and can see the changes immediately. Do you see the changes immediately over here? Oh, we've got one more new guy.
Oh, you come and learn a bit more. I use this, but I use the Android stuff.
Oh, so sad. Okay.
Next time if we can, I'll use
Okay. So the page, right? Over here, the page is essentially talking about the content inside here. Okay, the content inside here, right? So the ID is basically giving a name to this class, right? You see the tab, right? I didn't give a name, right? Because I don't need to reference it. If you need to reference something, you just give it a name. Every class has an ID that you can just say, whatever, right? You can just define it like that. Did I define it correctly? Oh, not supposed to like that. There we go. ID is not unique. There we go. That. Unnecessary quotes. Q, like that. There we go. Okay. So at any class, right, if you require it to be referenced, right, you just set an ID. Okay, it's like naming your class, naming the object itself. But if you don't name it, it becomes an anonymous object, right? That means there is no name to it, right? It just creates and blah, right? You are not referencing it at all. All right, so referencing at tab 1, let's say for example, and within the page itself, I can have actions, right? So actions, right, essentially is this part over here, which is, you see the 3 dots over here, 1, 2, 3, right? On the Android, right, what does an action mean? An action is the menu button. When you click on the menu, it's the things that you can do for that particular screen, right? In BlackBerry, we call it actions that you can do, right? And also the other thing is also what we call the context menu, right? The context menu is when you press and hold, right? And then something will pop up or something like that, right? And then basically in our case, the sidebar will slide in and you can have more options on that particular item. Got it? Alright? So I can show it to you guys over here, just the copy and paste portion. Let's say this tree, this thing, this is the actions that you can do on this particular thing. Right? For example, I can go to settings, I can go to reader, I can find on the page itself, so on and so forth, right? So the other thing is the context menu, which is when I press and hold, come on, press and hold, hello, okay, never mind, bad example, there we go, press and hold, right? I hate this copy and paste thing. Right? When I press and hold, basically this copy and paste thing allows me to do more stuff. Right? This is what we call a context menu. Right? If you have a line item, for example, context. Let's say for example, I press and hold, I don't know whether, see, if I press and hold, I get more. This is called context menu. Got it? Okay, so there we go, actions. So all I do is I define the actions, right? Rotate the image and so on and so forth, and blah blah blah, and so on and so forth, right? These are the action items. Action items are the individual items. And the trigger means that on trigger, when I click on it, when I press on it, right, it will do stuff.
You will show the image.
Right. And this stuff is essentially JavaScript. So do you see the power now? You are literally not even writing a single piece of C++ code at this point in time. And you've got functionality like rotating, you've got functionalities like a lot of different functionalities. Right? You can stay everything within this QML. That's the power of it. You don't even need to fall back down to C++. You only fall back down to Qt or C++ when you need to. When the cascades, I'm not saying cascades is perfect, right? This is called cascades. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just saying that, you know, it's powerful enough, but if you need more power, you can always fall back down. We give you contingency plans. We don't restrict you to just our platform. Understand? Okay. So you can do everything here. You can do the image rotation. You can do the break. You know, break the picture and so on and so forth. Okay. Container. Okay. So container, right? Essentially is a container which allows you to create stuff. For example, like layouts, right? Layouts. Okay, so everything. Let's say a page, right? Within a page, you need to have containers, right? Containers to contain elements, UI elements, right? This is what a container is to contain UI elements, and we have different kinds of layouts. Okay, so the different kinds of layouts, right? Let me see if I can find a good example for layouts. Okay, don't have it here. Ah, there we go, layout. So let's say, for example, right, I want to show this tab. Let me see, I am very bad at remembering names. So I am going to do enabled, this one. I can't remember. So anyway, on the tab, I can put enable. Is it enable equals to true? Is that true? No, not enable equals to true. Show. Okay, can't remember. I'm going to show you how I would do it, okay? If I don't remember. I can tell you our platform is not the greatest. So what I do is I go to API reference, okay? I go to user interface, right? I can find all the stuff I need over here. What I do is I find tab, okay? A tab, okay? So it's not under tab, sorry. So what I want to do is I want to show the default tabs, right? So it's under tab pane. I remember where it is now. It's under tab pane, right? What I want to do is I want to show the default tab, right, with a particular ID. Let's see, where's the default? Active pane. Is it active pane? Let's see. Abstract pane, active tab, active tab. So this is the one that I want to do. Active tab, right? So I come here, I go back down, active tab. I need an ID here, I think. Let's see, ID, my tab. Whatever, right? I'm gonna put here active tab. Okay, let's see if I can have the property here. Active tab. I can put my tab tree. When I put my tab tree, this active tab, right, essentially is useful in a way that if I'm in a tab bar, right? Previously you saw that the tab was in tab 1. Am I right or wrong? Right? So if I leave this out, it will default it to, where's my tab 1? Oops, tab 1. Something seems wrong. Let me undo. Ah, there we go. I think I deleted something. Yeah. So anyways, let's say for example, in this tab, I want to show tab 2, what this page looks like, right? Without compiling or anything like that. So I give it an ID, tab, my tab 2 or something like that, right? Just any ID. I can set the active tab to my tab 2, right? And then it will show me in this debugging looking thing. It can quickly show me what it looks like. Useful or not? Right? Quickly show you your UI and everything, right? And then if I want to see tab 3, I can go to, I just set the ID here because I need to reference the ID, right? So I set this to 3 and I can take a look at my content over here, right? Just to show you that it's actually showing the content, I can change the title, change the...
So now this is the default
content to, to hello. Okay, and updates there, right? But do remember, right, after the debugging and everything, remember to remove the active tab if you want it to be the default first one. Understand? Okay, so there we go. Is that simple enough? Simple enough now. This is our platform. It's title, page, ID, container. Alright? Everything you need to understand, right? Let's say for example the containers. Go to documentation, under creating user interfaces, under layouts. So we have different kinds of layouts, okay? We have 3 different kinds of layouts. One is the stack layout, okay, which is stacks on top of each other, right? It can stack on top of each other or stack side by side, okay? The second.
What's the website for the API?
So you just go to developer.blackberry.com, then go to Cascades, go to documentation, click on documentation. Okay. This part. Okay? So stack layout, dot layout, and absolute layout. Personally speaking, recommendation, do not use absolute layout. Reason why? Our screen resolution will be 2 different resolutions. Okay, it will be 720 by 720, which is the keyboard version, and it will be 1280 by 720. However, the first device that will be coming out is 1280 by 768. We are making it slimmer to 720 going forward, the next device that we release. Okay?
So
confused enough?
I know what you say, but I mean, realistically, when you start to sell the first batch, are all
768 with 768, right? Second batch, also second model of the phone will be 720.
You say you got 6 models, right? So the 3 models are full screen, right?
Yeah. So 3 models are full screen. The first one that we release is 768. The next 2 is going to be standardized to 1280 by 720. And going forward, any other device that we release going forward will be 1280 by 720. Okay, yes sir.
Sorry, that means the previous version that we released. So do we need to change the graphics and all those things?
If you write it properly, if you do it properly, it shouldn't be too difficult to change the layout, because if you use the proper layout, that's why I'm talking about this layout, right? If you do the proper layout and everything, it will automatically shrink into that size, 720. Understand? Right? But if you use absolute, then not really guaranteed, okay, that you will be doing that. Okay? Understand? Okay, tired already not?
Can I ask a simple question?
Yes.
This ID is only on Mac machine.
No. Windows and Linux.
Windows.
I just showed you guys. Yeah. So when you go to download, right? Let me just go backwards.
I can't seem to find the document.
That is on top, documentation. Are you on the same website? Okay, so you're in BlackBerry, no, you're in distribute. So you go here, right? You go to our C++, go to Cascades, right? And then go to documentation. Got it?
Okay, got it.
Okay. So where was I? Oh yes. Which platforms do we support? We support all three. Windows, Mac, Linux. Okay?
Windows as in Windows 7, Windows 8.
Windows 7 for now. Windows 7 for now. There are workarounds to make it work on Windows 8. It's a little bit tricky. You need to like right click and then do the compatibility thing.
So minimum is 7.
Not exactly Windows XP also can, right? Who uses XP nowadays?
My testing one, I still use XP.
XP still can, yes. XP also. Okay? Alright, and like this is just a very quick premiere on how to do this. Right? So after I've done all this, right, how do I deploy? Right? Deploying, right, allows basically, let's see. So what you need to do is, oh dear, let's see. Okay, first things first, right, you need to set up the environment, right? So you go to the bar descriptor, right, over here. The bar descriptor is essentially the manifest, you know, the Google, you know, Android manifest, the description, right? With all, which requires you like the permissions and everything. So let's say, for example, application. Got some rendering issue. There we go. So you can set all the permissions that you require over here. You can see like text messages, set shared files, email, GPS location, camera, and all of that, right? You also need to set the permissions. Same thing with Android, same thing with every other platform out there, standard, right? You can set the orientation, auto orient, landscape, portrait. By default, it's auto orient. Okay, by default, right? You set the category to uncategorized or media or games. If you're doing applications, just do it uncategorized. Okay, it doesn't really matter this category. It's not very important, and that's pretty much it, right? Other than that, if you have any like images or anything like that, set them here. Right, add the folders, add the files, individual, whatever. Okay. All right, localization. This is just the localization. This is just a language localization. Yes.
This XML file, can we edit it?
Yes.
The text editor and straight away.
Can take a look. Source.
So this ID will still recognize it.
Yes.
Some ID when you edit the text don't recognize the.
Will.
Okay, that's good.
It will still recognize. So let's say, for example, right? Okay, I change this to my name, right? To let's say Hello World, right? Let me go back here. Application. Okay, where's my name? There we go. It changes to Hello World, right?
It's defaulted.
Yeah. So if I change here, you know, like say again, test cascades, right? Come back here to application, test cascades. Okay. So rest assured. Okay, so first things first. When you open up the bar descriptor, right? When you open up the bar descriptor, there's a whole bunch of, at the side, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff, shortcuts, so to speak. So first things first, you just need to go through down the steps. Configure the package signing and debug tokens, right? So when you for every software that you develop on, right, you need to sign it, right, or get the debug token to actually load it on the device and everything like that. I think I explained it last week regarding that. How do you go about doing that? Okay, very simple. Website again. Scroll all the way down. You see code signing. Yeah. You see code signing. Oh, sorry. Get your signing key. Scroll all the way down. Get your signing key. Click on that. Right? You go to the URL over here, blackberry.com/signing-key. Let me get that down. Okay. Sign keys. Right? Select Playbook and BlackBerry 10 and higher. Fill in your details. Blah 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 blah. So and so forth, whatever. Right? Your email address, which is very important. The country, Singapore. Right? And your registration, your PIN, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, right? Okay. And then I've read, and it will submit. It will send you an email with 2 files, right? Both are CSK files, or CS something, right? These are the certificates. These are the certificates. Once you receive these 2 files, what you do is you come back here, you configure and sign, right? So you configure inside. So what you do is, because I've already have the certificate, right? So what you need to do is register. You click on this register, right? And then it'll go through the process of the setup wizard and everything, like registering your keys. It'll ask you, okay, where's the location of this CSK file? Where's the location of that CSK file? Okay? And then once it gets that location, it'll ask you for the PIN that you registered with online, right? Once it asks you for the PIN that you registered with, it will ask you for a password, right? This password is a new password, which basically, you remember just now when I open up, it asked me for a password, right? That is not the PIN. That is the password. So, you know private key and public key, the whole entire thing, right? So the PIN is essentially the generating the key, right? The that thing lah, to generate the key, right? Then your password is to access your key. You get it? Okay? So the password is to security lah. Don't ask why.
For any basic program, we need this key.
Yes.
Oh. Google only map need keys. So
The what?
only the map need
Yeah.
key. The rest
No, but this key, right, is mainly for signing your app, so you can upload, right, and also creating debug tokens, so you can put your application and debug on the phone.
Time period for this kind of
Yes, the debug token. There's a time period for debug token. The debug token is only valid for 1 month, right? Then you have to regenerate again, right? And then the key is forever, right? Which is very important. Okay, the keys are very important. So let me continue first, and then I'll show you guys. Okay. So now you have the key, right? You've registered everything. Okay, you've registered everything. The next step, right, is first thing, back up your keys. Why? If I deploy an application, I sign it with this key, okay, and I upload to my app world, right, the app store. If I lose my keys and I still have the source code, I want to update the version to to a new version, an app version, okay. If I use a different key, it will be seen as 2 different applications. I will not be able to upgrade my existing app. Okay, how do you prevent that? Backup.
So those two are become identical already.
Yes.
One question, this key is a file. Can I just duplicate the file maybe to my backup hard disk?
Yes. So no. What you need to do is, you know the files that you get, right, from the email, the CSK files, is only a one-time thing. Once you register, cannot register already. Okay? Once you register, that's it. What you need to do after that, right? Because the CSK is essentially the certificate. The certificate to generate the keys. Understand? So now you have the keys in your system. What do you need to do? Back them up, back up the keys. Okay? Which is over here, backup. Right? You back it up, it will back up the files, the keys that you're talking about, the keys. You can copy it, put it in another system, put it in a thumb drive, wherever, store it somewhere. You have multiple copies of it. Right? Store it somewhere, right? And then if so happen you lost it, right, in your, you format it or something like that, you do a restore. Okay? Then you can then you restore that file back into this development system. What's good about this, or rather why you would want to do this, is, let's say for example, if you have a deployment server, or if you have multiple developers working on the same project, right? You want them to actually use the same keys. Why? Because let's say for example, hypothetically speaking, which I do not recommend, you allow every developer to be able to sign the application and upload it. So any bug fixes, anything, point version, sign, upload, sign, upload, sign, upload, like quickly, rapid development, iterative development, if you allow every developers. Every developers will, you distribute it using the backup keys. So you back it up, then you pass it to every developer, they restore it, they can develop on it. Okay? That's one way. Yes, sir.
So I ask a question. So this key is a certificate.
No. Certificate.
Send us a certificate.
Sorry?
They send us a certificate.
Yes. Then once the certificate, once you register it, right? That certificates will convert into keys. It will generate keys out of the certificates, right? And then you can start working on it already. You can start signing the application.
So this key is not tied to a notebook or?
No.
Or Android is tied to one.
Yeah.
The key is tied.
This is not. Okay? This is not. Okay, so the recommended way, if you're doing large development, many developers and everything, is to have a build server. Right? And that build server owns the keys. And then your developers will own their own keys, their own personal keys with debug tokens. But they cannot sign it. They should not sign any of your apps. Got it? Imagine the key, right, is the one that opens up the door to your app. Whether you want to distribute it to many people or you want to only have one person hold it. Okay? So next step, right, is the debug token. Okay, the debug token over here. So the debug token, right, after you get the key will allow you to generate the debug token. The debug token, right, is device specific. This is where the device comes in now, right? The debug token allows you to put your application into the device without signing the application. You only sign the application when you are ready to upload, release, right? And another thing, you can only sign the one version of the application per key, one time only. So if you want to sign it again, it will not allow you to. Understand? So let's say, for example, my application is version right now 1.0.0.1. Okay? And I sign this application. If I build again and sign it again with this version, it will not be able to. What I need to do is I need to increment to 2 or something else. Then I'll be able to sign it again. Understand? Ken? Lost? Slowly, okay. Tell me if I stop.
I appreciate your patience.
No. Must tell me if you need. Okay? So, okay. So now you create the debug token, right? Over here, create, right? You just set it to wherever you want to set it, the location, everything. You add the pin, this pin number. How do you get the pin? Settings. You go to the settings. Go to settings. Go to about. Go to hardware. Okay? Settings, about, hardware. Then you'll be able to see the pin. Either that, or you can click on auto discover, and then it will discover, discover your devices. So if you plug it in, turn on development mode, all of that, it will be able to discover your.
So this one is to what again?
Sorry?
This one is
to generate the debug token.
into your phone.
No, generate the debug token. A debug token is specific to each phone. Understand? Okay, got it? Got it. Okay, so now you've generated it, right? After you generate it, you need to upload. You just connect, click on upload, it will upload the token. Once you upload the token, you are ready for debugging. Lost yet? Okay. Anyways, the next step, configure the target. Target is this one, either the device or the simulator. Very simple. Configure the SDK. You don't really need to do this. Okay. Export release build. This is when you're ready to release. You click on it, you can export it, and then it will sign it automatically for you. You enter the password and everything. It's done. You want to run the application, debug the application, or whatever. Understand? Simple. All these are like standard stuff like run, debug, whatever. Right? Yeah. So this is our native development platform. Lost yet? Are you guys lost?
Yeah, I record down.
Lost already? So this is our development platform for native. Simple, no?
Yeah, it was simple a bit lah.
No lah, once you set up, finish, right? Once you set up all the required stuff, like configure, right?
Yeah.
Done already. One time only.
Sorry. Just now I have a call.
No worries.
You say can we sign once? So after that,
You need to increment the version.
increment the version down the road. We just now show 1 to 2.
Can we get back our code?
Sorry?
Can we get back, like, if we lost it, we can get back?
Lost what?
You say what cannot, what only one time?
Sign. You only can sign your app once
Sign your app once.
per version. So if you already signed 1.0.0.1, and if your app is, if you want to sign it again 1.0.0.1, you cannot sign anymore. If you lose the file, if you lose the bar file, then sorry lah, you just increment the build, and then 1.0.0.2 or 2.0 or whatever version is your version. You do the versioning yourself.
Sorry, what's the P12 file for?
This one, is it the pin?
It's not there's a P12 file.
Sorry, P.
The P12, the P12.
This one, is it? So this is the developer certificate. It's essentially, right, this one is important, and it will be part of the backup when you click on the backup, right? This author P1212, right, P12, the information and all this, right, CN equals to Justin Lee and everything, right, will come from here.
The 3 month or the 1 month?
No. This one is forever. This key, this thing, right? The keys you have is forever, perpetual, right? So the information from that certificate will come from here, like Justin Lee, which company, email address, everything, right? Will be in this certificate.
Okay.
Right? A certificate is just like, nah, this is you. I present you a certificate of achievement. You know that kind of certificate, right? Your name, your whatever.
More legal and non-legal.
Yeah, something like that. So basically the keys will not expire. The keys will not expire. It's forever. The certificate is identity. So let's say, for example, if I sign the application, this identity, right, is essentially stuck onto this app, you know.
No one can claim.
So let's say, for example, right, if I stole the code, okay, I generate another application, I sign it again. These two applications now are two different applications, even though they're the same. Right? Why do I say they are two different?
Because they are both different certificates.
Exactly. Because one is Justin Lee, the other one is like Jason. Right? Say for example. Okay? So how do I know which one is which? I can actually inspect my application and see, oh, this person is actually using another certificate or another signing key to sign this application, and I can figure out, oh, okay, this person, his name is Jason, or something like that, right? From what XXX company or whatever, right? And if I own this code and somebody else like builds it or whatever, right? You can basically come to me, BlackBerry, and we can trace it to the individual developer.
About students.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Security, this is the security stuff that we have. Okay?
Can I ask the whole flow, the overview? Let's say they're going to want to write apps, you need to register with the store, right?
So the registering and everything is the setting up.
Correct.
Once only.
So what does we get? Do we get a certificate from there?
Sorry, what?
Do we actually get a certificate? The first thing is the certificate.
Right. So beginning up, let me go through again, right? You register this, right?
Yes.
You get two files. Right? Okay, you get two files. One is if you really want to know what the two files are, one is a debug certificate. Sorry, not certificate, but debug thing, right? CSK. Certificate signing key. It's called certificate signing key. Okay, is the CSK, right? The other one is the application. So you deploy the release build. right? It's called RDK.
RDK.
So you have two files. One is pbbt, that is to generate the debug token, pbbt.csk. CSK is certificate signing key. Okay? The second file is RDK, release development something, right? .csk, code signing key or something like that. I think a certificate signing key or something like that. CSK is, I think CSK is code signing key, sorry, code signing key. Okay? Then you register them. Okay? After that, you register them. After you register them, okay, I show you what's being generated. Okay, I think it's better for you to see. After you register them, it will generate these files over here. You see? It will generate these files, author.p12 and barsigner.csk, barsigner.db, and all these, the RSA tokens and RSA, public key, private key. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay? These are the generated files. And when you back up, essentially it just takes these files and zip it up, that's all. Understand? When you restore, it just copies into that directory, that's all. Got it? So these are the files. Author.p12, actually you don't really need to know all this in detail. You just need to know these are the files. Right? If you want to know exactly what they are, I can tell you what they are. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So after that, after you've registered, you generate those files, you back it up. After you back up, you want to generate the debug token. Debug token so that you can debug on this device. Create, add the device pin. You can add multiple device pins. After you add them, it will generate the debug the token, and then you upload.
Create what?
Sorry?
After you create.
After you create, it will create the debug token. After you have the debug token, you upload to whatever device you want to upload to. Got it?
Create and add the debug token.
Okay. If you really want to know how to do it, go to developer.blackberry.com/cascades/documentation. Okay, under getting started, under all here. Whatever I just mentioned is all here.
Okay.
You don't have to write it down. You don't have to type it down or anything. It's all here. I'm just going through with you the steps.
Okay.
Because I memorized everything already.
Wow.
I've been delivering this for like, don't know, this is like my 15th time I'm delivering this. So you just have to go through like step by step, you know, create your first cascade step, blah blah blah, all this. Whatever I just went through with you is this part, the setting up your environment.
Okay.
Okay, once you're ready, you know, you create your app. Once you're ready to create the app, then you build, test, deploy. That's it. Anything else? I'm done really actually. Actually, I want to go home already. Any other questions? It's pretty much, it's simple, right? It's simple enough, right? After you get the first initial setup, everything else, you know, you build second application, you don't have to set all this up anymore. Just use the same thing. Can I?
Yeah.
Can I ask a consumer question?
Can. I will try, I will see whether I can answer lah. Probably no lah.
In the history, right? What are the kind of apps that is most popular? I don't think games will be right for BlackBerry. It's okay, if it's difficult.
Okay, traditionally, right, in the BB7, themes are the most popular.
They do sell
Themes. Yeah, but we are not selling themes anymore. Like, you cannot have themes on this device anymore.
Sorry, I don't know what is theme.
Themes are essentially customizing the look and feel of the device.
Okay, theme.
Themes. THEMES.
Okay, no, Microsoft word theme,
Styles, right? We don't support that anymore on our new device.
Okay.
So that is the most popular.
can open.
Bloody hell, no, you really want to squeeze it out of me, right?
But that's because if those people who are interested in BlackBerry, they believe that the market is there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
let me tell you, right? Contrary to what you would imagine, games are the second most popular.
oh, interesting.
Top selling.
Oh, interesting.
Hey, only within us, Don't come and tell people, Okay, this is not only within us,
Okay.
Games are the top. Makes one of the most money in our platform. Surprisingly. Just so you guys know, okay? You might think like, oh, BlackBerry not a gaming platform, whatever, right? Please, trust me.
Android, recently I read up and Zuyong also say 95% Android user don't pay a single cent. Then 5% will pay.
Okay. Now you want me to talk about business now,
No, I'm just making a comment.
Let me put my head, business development.
Making a comment on my understanding.
Business development head.
Okay.
Let me give you numbers now.
Oh.
Okay? Official numbers. Okay? On average, okay, our consumers pay more money for applications on our platform. Why? Our consumers are people with money. Our consumers are people that are working adults, okay, with money to spend. So they're willing to pay, as opposed to Android. Okay? So if you're worried about money, this is where I'm coming from. Okay? Statistics. Okay, this is by third-party independent, research information companies. Those companies. I can't remember their names actually, but I can find it out for you, or you can just do a search. Okay? Roughly, BlackBerry developers earn the same amount on average. We're talking average. Don't talk about like up, down, left, right. Like top 20%, whatever. But on average, right, BlackBerry developers earn on par with iOS developers on average, and more than 50% more than Android developers on our platform. Okay? On average, right, per month, right, developers earn around per app, okay, around on average, right, $2,000 to $3,000 a month. On average, we're talking average, okay. So got more, got less, got more, got less. Okay, average. Okay, which is in comparison, right, on par with iOS, and obviously earning more than Android. So from an Android perspective, let me ask you, okay, our platform makes money. Your platform doesn't. Not your. Android platform doesn't. Okay? We can run Android apps.
Sorry?
We can run Android apps.
So I write my apps on Android, I can port it to BlackBerry
and sell it.
Oh, this I didn't know.
Google Android has only what? Most of Asia, right? You can't purchase Android apps in Philippines. You can't purchase Android apps in Vietnam, Thailand, and all these countries, right?
So it's very limited.
China, I think China also cannot. If I'm not wrong, right? Limited in Southeast Asia, right? Purchase. BlackBerry, you can purchase apps in Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia, and pretty much almost all of majority of Southeast Asia, or rather Asia, APAC. Okay, you can make money out of it. Not only that, right? We support credit cards, we support PayPal, and also we support carrier billing.
What?
Carrier billing. In Singapore, we will be supporting carrier billing, not for StarHub, but the other.
Sorry, how do you spell the word?
Carrier billing.
I never did before.
Billing from the carrier.
Okay.
So when you carrier, so when you
carrier.
so when you pay, when you make a purchase, when you buy an app, it goes to your bill, your phone bill.
Phone bill.
We support carrier billing.
Nice.
carrier billing and
My stuff,
And in a lot of countries also. In a lot of countries in this part of the world.
I can buy that without paying using credit card.
Exactly. If you don't have a credit, we do understand. Because where our markets are strong in are markets where people don't have credit cards. Vietnam, we get a lot of sales there, right, in terms of application sales. Indonesia, not everyone has a credit card, right? Carrier billing, right? India, not everyone has credit cards. Carrier billing. China, not everyone has credit cards. Carrier billing. Right? So we support that also. So, can you guys make money on our platform?
Yes.
Yes. Are you guys from Android? Can you guys make money on our platform? Yes.
Can I ask the same question? What is the third most popular selling application? I mean, the game after the game is what?
Okay, before you answer your question, can I ask if I got Android apps, I want to port it to BlackBerry, can I loan 1 unit to try it out?
Ask Krishnan.
Oh, no, next time.
So if you're part of the Plug Fest competition or anything like that, yeah.
If I got something there.
If you got something, you can ask for Plug Fest. We've got how many devices? 6, is it?
Yeah.
6 of this device, not this one lah, but the developer device for you guys to borrow, and he'll tell you guys how to do it, right?
Yeah.
If you want outside of this competition, you can send me an email. You can send me an email directly. Okay, let me show you. So my email address is.
I think last week I wrote.
Yeah. So it's this one. Just to show you guys again. justlee@rim.com.
Last week.
Okay. So you can send me an email, and then I will figure it out. I will figure it out. Don't worry. I take care of my developer very well. You know, right? Walao, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only. Of course I take care lah.
I think I'm the youngest.
I take care lah. Of course I take care.
Next time when there's something serious, then I contact.
Okay, no problem.
I'm always the youngest.
Okay. So in terms of can you make money, the question, can you make money on our platform? I bet with you, right? I seriously like frankly speaking, honestly speaking, right? You guys missed the boat already.
Why?
What's the boat?
You missed the boat
Missed
already.
the chance.
Missed the chance. You know why? Why I say that? We are launching our new platform in what? 4 days time. We have 70,000 apps already inside the App Store.
Ready?
70,000, okay.
Before we launch, and this is completely, we start from zero, 70,000. And not only that, right, within us again, okay, we are already well beyond that 70,000, okay, and just within us also again, okay, our official target is 100,000. Okay, so 70,000 is our official target. 100,000 is within 6 months. Just to tell you, we already hit above that already.
Now it's a competition.
I'm just saying, right? And not only that, okay, not only that, right? We also have this thing called built for BlackBerry certification. What does this mean? This means that it is a very stringent, very strict certification, right? Where you send your application, it's per app. You send your application to these testers, they damn bloody anal, I tell you. Our top app also gonna fail. Serious, top selling app, no. Top selling game, you know. Fail the criteria, like.
So under the website, where is it?
Built for BlackBerry.
Built for BlackBerry. So
you check, okay. And why I say you guys missed the boat, okay? So you just go here, okay, under developer.blackberry.com. Okay, you go down to built for BlackBerry. This one. Right? And then it'll show you. Then make money again, right? We have this thing called the 10K developer commitment, which is over already Okay? If you get the Built for BlackBerry certification, right, we guarantee you, for paid applications, we guarantee you $10,000 in 1 year. You will make $10,000. If you don't make $10,000 in 1 year, we'll pay you the difference. and we have budget behind this. Okay, we have I think $20 million behind this, or something like that. I don't know. It's written somewhere in the terms and conditions. So we have budget behind this. Okay. And let me tell you, give you a sense, okay, of our build for BlackBerry, how difficult it is to get in, to get certified. Okay, we have over 4,000 apps apply for it. The number has increased already, but that was like last week. 4,000 apps apply for build for BlackBerry. Okay, okay. Only less than 150 got certified. The others rejected. That's how difficult it is, man. We are I'm complaining, you know. I'm like, what the hell? You want people to make money, yet you keep, yet you keep like rejecting all of our applications. Even our top apps also, our top games also, it cannot rejected. I'm like, what the?
Actually, just a comment. Don't get so excited. Actually, if I'm not wrong, I remember the second or third quarter of last year. BlackBerry went to negative revenue.
No. We have been negative revenue for last year.
Last year.
Okay, the whole of last year except the previous quarter.
So actually right now the whole market is such that Android, the market share quite big, you see. Then this part, it actually hard. I mean, I hope to...
okay, let me correct, let me address the issue about, you know, because this, right, basically, every freaking Singapore developer, right, always asks me the same thing.
Oh,
okay. Everyone.
No, I see.
Oh, trust me, I know.
The downfall and then right up.
No, I don't care about downfall, whatever thing. Okay. Let me just give you factual statements. Okay. Last year, for the past 4 quarters, right? Last year's. Actually 5 quarters, don't count the previous quarter. For the last 5 quarters, right, we've been negative. Okay? Just to give you guys a sense. Our last quarter, right, we actually, because of restructuring and everything, and a lot of like people bye-bye, right, and a lot of restructuring happening, right, we actually made a profit. Very small profit, but still profit. I think we made a profit of like 5 million or 50 million or something along those lines. Somewhere there, very small. Okay? But we are still making a profit. We made the first time it just goes up. First time. Right? After many quarters. Okay? To address the issue about numbers, right? How many people are gonna buy? Just to show you, you know stock market, right? Our shares. Right? Shares are essentially the sentiments of the people, right? Okay, just to give you a sense, last year, beginning of last year, our share was $7 something cents, US dollars. Now, it's close to $18. I think it's $18 already.
Twice as much.
More than twice as much, right? More than twice as much increase. Just to give you guys a sense, right? That means that consumer sentiment, or rather sentiments of the people, is that they are excited about our platform. They want to see what's going to happen, right? So January 30th, what are we going to show? The things that we're going to show are our commitment to developers, our commitment to consumers, and our commitment to enterprise. Okay? We will show you that our strengths of our commitment for consumers, what we're pushing for, bring your own device, BYOD, for enterprises. What does that mean? How do we implement it? Samsung is also implementing it, okay? We are and they are implementing it on Android. We are implementing it directly on our platform, and we are offering also enterprise server solutions for enterprise software. So what do I mean? One device, personal, work. Work environment completely encrypted, passworded, whatever. From a company perspective, it gives you assurance, right? That our platform is secure. From a consumer perspective, I still can use the same phone as my personal phone to consume entertainment, browse the web, without any restrictions. Because these two environments are two separate environments within the memory, within the device.
Share with them about the different app drawer. One is for personal.
Yeah, one is for personal and one is for work. Okay? So these are some of the things that our commitment and our push for consumer is we are going with entertainment because we understand that normal consumers want entertainment. So we are pushing for that, right? We will offer content, we will offer entertainment, YouTube, whatever, right? All the entertainment stuff, videos, music, everything. Right? Gaming, all of that stuff. Okay? Whole slew. Right? We are investing $1 billion on marketing BlackBerry 10.
BlackBerry 10.
Okay? $1 billion. It's not a small amount for marketing. Right? Which I'm very, very, very jealous.
Now that you guys,
because I need that money also.
now that you guys got for, like when you go downhill, it's not very high standard now. Now it's beyond the standard what you expect.
So let me just tell you, right? Okay, just to address your concerns where BlackBerry is going. Okay, we have done everything we can, every single thing we can. We are putting money behind money behind marketing, $1 billion. We are putting developers, building a developer ecosystem behind it. We are launching with 70,000 apps, and of course more coming up. Not only that, it's not about the numbers. It's also about the quality apps, right? We are launching together with Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all the quality apps that you can think of. We are trying to get at least 60% of the top 100 apps, right, that people normally use within our platform, into our platform. Okay, 60 to 80%. We still haven't got the numbers yet. Okay, not only that, within each region, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, whatever, we are getting all the local apps onto our platform also. Okay, so I don't know if you saw it, iChangi is inside my phone. Right, we have other you know, like GV and whatnot, you know, movie bookings and all of that, all inside there. Okay, we are getting the top apps for the individual countries also. Okay, marketing, developer support, and an awesome phone for enterprise and consumers. What reason do you have not to buy our phones now?
Price?
First, how much is the phone?
They don't know yet.
Competitive.
The price, my contract will end on this phone.
Same.
So my question now to you guys, right, is that we have addressed every single portion, every single issue in terms of will you guys make money? Of course you guys will make money. Will consumers buy? Just look at it. We've done everything we can to make consumers say, I have no other reason to not to say no. You know? The only thing is the decision to actually buy it. Because I've really addressed every single freaking issue. You got no what? Instagram? We are going to get Instagram for you. You got no Skype? We're going to get Skype for you. You got no Facebook? We got Facebook. You got no Twitter? We got Twitter. You want Foursquare? We got Foursquare. You want LinkedIn? We got LinkedIn. What else you want? I ask you. You want Evernote? We got Evernote. You want Adobe Reader? We got Adobe Reader. You want Word, Excel, everything? We got Docs2Go. What else you want? Everything you want. What else you want? From a consumer perspective, what else you want? Nothing else. You want games? We give you games.
The handphone can free up $10.
I think that's
right. You want printing? Let me talk about printing. Okay? You want printing?
I'm just joking, sorry.
Our device, right? Our device have the capability to even access like printers and print. We have that capability. What else you want? From an enterprise perspective, you have personal, you have work.
Just take a few points. First, your main market is actually the enterprise.
No, our main market is not actually enterprise.
Actually, okay, put it this way. What is sustaining your company for the past year?
Sorry?
What is sustaining your company for the past year?
Let me just tell you, for the past year, okay, honestly speaking, right, for the past year, okay, I do not represent RIM right now, okay? Let me talk in terms of honesty, because I am not in business. I don't care, right? honestly speaking, our company hasn't been sustaining at all. It's been down as shitters. It's been dying. It's going down to the drains. Let me tell you honestly. Okay, this is my honest opinion. Right? Whatever you see, right? Okay, what enterprise lah, whatever lah, we are still making money. I tell you, it's a piece of shit. All enterprises are moving away from us.
They're moving out, but
They're moving out.
But there's still a majority of them there that is giving your company enough money to keep your employed. Right?
Nope, actually not.
So
You know what is keeping us employed?
What?
We have savings. We have $3 billion of savings.
Okay. But the money is going down, right?
Of course, that's what I'm saying. The company is going down. It's dying. It's dying.
Yeah, show hand now.
We are show hand. Basically, we are exactly. We are show hand. You know our $3 billion? Show hand. That's it. Done.
It's not the first time they show hand. A few times already they show hand. Twice already they show hand, then they come back.
Yeah.
So, but you're saying that the enterprises are moving away. Right. But what I see as a strength in BlackBerry has always been the security part.
Exactly.
That all the IT companies, they simply love it.
And that's why people still stay.
Precisely. That's my point.
And we're still maintaining that.
The ITs, they simply stick with it because they know that, okay, somebody's going to lose a phone tomorrow. I can just send out a message, lock the phone.
We still have that. We still have that.
You still have that, okay.
We still have that.
Coming to my next point.
And not only that, by the way, our new enterprise servers, Best 10, which we just released, right? Not only for our phones, also for Android and iOS.
Okay. Right. Good. Coming back. Okay. So, between the enterprise sector and the consumer sector,
Become business person.
which is the sector that is actually keeping your afloat?
I don't know. I'm not a business person.
I would think it's probably more on the enterprise.
Okay.
So, but the enterprises, they don't move that fast. They're not gonna, you release BB10 this month, they're probably gonna evaluate and then take another 6 months to 1 year before they say, okay, come, let's move to BB10.
Okay. So to address that,
Your show hand all gone already.
to address that, okay, we've been seeding out our BlackBerry devices, that one. We've been giving out to the Fortune 500 companies for the past 2 months, 3 months actually, right, for testing and everything. Right? They like it, they are going to stick on it, and they're going to upgrade. Majority of them are going to upgrade to BlackBerry 10 upon launch within the first 6 months.
Okay.
Okay? So just to give you that kind of sense, right?
So does your finance allow you to sustain for another 6 months to a year?
That one I not finance, so I don't care.
Don't worry, IBM is eyeing on them, don't worry.
No.
No, sorry, you know. But by the way, I have one question that always asked me is that now the new one, right? The emails will not be tied to any services, right? Is it okay?
That one
That was very critical, no? Market share will little bit what?
What's tied to what again?
The email
Tied to what?
tied to your BB services.
BB services.
BEE. They know. BB
BES.
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 No.
For enterprise, yes.
Yeah, for enterprise. So there's a personal.
The personal is BIS.
BIS. Personal is BIS.
Personal is always BIS.
Correct, but the new one still.
That one wait for announcement. That one our secret.
They're going to open up, so you don't have to pay this subscription fee.
That one our secret. I cannot reveal.
But it seems like internet was talking about it already.
The one you have to wait and see how the Singapore telcos package it.
Yes, exactly. How the different telcos package it.
The one
It's
is
not up to
beyond,
us to decide.
it's even beyond them.
Yes, exactly.
So it's fixed that it's tied to BIS.
I don't know. Like he said, it's based on the telcos now. If they want to continue that, they can continue that. If they don't want to continue that, we have options.
Okay. So the device is capable to do that now.
I didn't say that, but okay. If you want to assume that, yes.
I think it's good to assume.
Okay.
No, I totally understand. I totally understand where your concerns are. You know, like would we be another Nokia? Okay? I mean, let me just flat out say now, okay? Will we be in a Nokia, right? That's exactly what you're gonna, I mean, like, round the bush and everything, will we be in another Nokia? Will we just go down the drain and just be quiet and everything, and just let Windows take over? Like Microsoft just control everything, right? No, we are not gonna be that, okay? I mean, internally speaking, this is our last fight, this is our last push, right? Where if we make it, we make it. If we don't, I just find a new job. It's live what? Google is hiring, so, you know. I think I do a fairly good job for BlackBerry. I think Google would appreciate my experience.
So
I think Google needs that also, right? Right, Krishna? Right? I think Google needs someone like me, right?
Yeah.
Who is able to speak frankly to you guys.
Yeah, we are recording.
Oh, shit! Really, I'm recording ah? Hey, delete or my whole entire section delete, okay? Delete the whole entire thing.
nobody here, so just
You go to Google quick and fast.
nobody here lah. Only when few of us can delete one. Nobody will know.
Okay? So yeah, I mean, I address everything that you guys.
Just a comment only. Windows also got competition.
Yeah, Windows got competition.
Ubuntu and Fedora,
They haven't come out yet.
I mean, they always, so Windows is not everything. A lot of competition for other software.
So I don't know, like I've done as much as I can, you know, like to convince you guys that our platform is still viable. Everything I can tell you guys, you know, we've made the development platform as simple as possible, as low barriers entry as possible, from all the way to simplicity, all the way to flexibility and powerful. We've done even HTML5, which is the you know, the upcoming standardized platform. We are the leading mobile HTML5 platform that is pretty complete in terms of standardization. We allow the Android developers to actually come to our platform and actually make money also. And not only that, Adobe Flash developers who are living, you know, left there behind, we are getting them over. Not only that, right, Qt developers from Nokia, right, what happened to your skill sets and everything? What can they do now? Come over to our platform, of course. Right? So we're making everything that we can from a developer's perspective to bring every developer into our platform. Right? Because we understand that these developers, you know, we need to make full use of their skill sets. Bring them over, build on our platform, make money for it.
Okay. So you're pushing for Cascade, you're pushing for Qt, right? But the reality is that out there, half the bunch of people are either developing for iOS or developing for Android. And I do know that you have some tools to move
Android
from Android to,
yes,
to Cascade and Qt.
No, not Cascade. It's Android to Android. That's
Android
it.
to Android.
Android to our platform, full stop. We are literally running that APK in our platform.
Oh, okay. So that means it won't be a port. It's just a repackaged, recompiled.
Yes, that's right. Correct.
Does that work on BB7?
No. We basically, what I can tell you is we are breaking off completely from BB7.
Okay.
Whatever I told you, the numbers 70,000, all that, right, is pure BB10 from scratch. Nothing to do with BB7.
Okay. So you better have finances to last another 6 months.
We have finances to last for 3 years.
When the enterprises start to convert.
We have enough money. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Alright? Yes, sir.
What percentage of the 70,000 is Android apps?
Sorry?
What percentage of the 70,000 is Android?
What percentage of the 70,000, right? At this point of time, we have the official numbers is about 15,000 right now. 11,000 to 15,000, that's mine, sorry. That's my Skype.
So the rest of them are native apps?
The rest are, no, the rest of them are a mix of native apps and web. Okay. And also Adobe. Adobe Air makes a very small amount. Web applications are the majority actually, the web ones. HTML5 are the majority of the apps. If I'm not wrong, I don't have the numbers off my head. Yeah. but it's between web and native. Hey, all these must delete, you know.
Okay.
Basically, make sure that my whole entire session, right, is deleted. I never existed.
You mean never exists from this time?
I never exist. Okay, just delete. All my sessions, just delete. Any other questions?
No, your whole sessions are already online.
Shit!
See, you know what there?
Shit! Do you delete stuff or not?
You just asking me to delete now, right?
No, but do you delete the other like parts where I review things that is supposed to be deleted?
Asking him to do something.
Did you?
You can check.
I'm serious. I will get fired.
No, you asked him to give me the video.
I'm serious, I will get fired. I'm not joking.
Yeah, we'll get it.
I will get fired and basically you need to give me a job at Google lah.
I'm myself not working at Google. You're not working for Google.
I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I'm not joking.
We'll take a look.
This whole entire session should not be on.
Okay, this one we want.
Okay, anything else? Nothing? I want to go home also.
When juiced out.
I'm also juiced out already. I'm very tired already.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think Krista brought you on.
Sorry?
I think they brought you. This is recorded here. There's no wireless transmitter. It's just standalone here. So the data is outside.
Off already or not?
It's still on. It's stored in the SDK.
Krishnan.
I mean the card inside.
Krishnan, is it going to off this?
Yeah, just stop.
Go off,
The red button.
See you all.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Alright, bye.
See you all in hell.
The previous speaker leaves so much thing behind.
He's still around actually.
Yeah.